This segment of Delmarva Life is brought to you by Accent on Travel.
We just passed the 2-year anniversary. COVID-19 was officially declared a pandemic, and for travelers, that meant scrambling to get home, and communities were torn between needing visitors and fearing what they might bring.
But today, those communities are opening back up and stringent restrictions are slowly lifting. And you know what? To prove it, we are getting the latest and the greatest with the owner and founder of Accent on Travel in Rehoboth Beach. This is Annette Nero Stellhorn. How are you this afternoon?
I'm great. I'm great.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Now, you were recently on a jet tour?
Correct.
In
Private
Chattanooga?
jet tour. We hit Memphis, Nashville, New Orleans, and Chattanooga in a 5-day step.
Wow.
It's great.
Is this something that John Q. Public can do? Is this too expensive?
This particular tour is. The pricing for these programs are going to start about $4,000 per person and go to $6,000 for a week.
Okay.
So they're set jet programs. It's not like you can change a whole lot, but beautiful itineraries of the Southeast, or Napa in California, or Niagara Falls in the New York area, or the Southwest. And that pricing includes all your tours, sightseeing, most of your meals, hotel, and the private jet.
Good.
So the experience of a private jet, like what's it like?
It's, you just walk up, they say hi, you can bring a bottle of wine or champagne that was a gift on board in your hand. So there's no 3-ounce containers. They don't weigh your luggage. You get on board, they serve you whatever you want. The best part is when you get somewhere, the coach pulls up to pick you up, or the private car, and takes you wherever you want to go.
Wherever you want.
There's no security, etc., and no lines, obviously.
Certainly.
It's just you and your fellow travelers.
Different option to travel and see the world.
Yes, this is a very cool way to see the world, because typically it would be a 4-hour drive from, say, Nashville to Memphis, and we did it in 30 minutes. And Memphis to New Orleans is an 8-hour drive. We were in the air an hour and 5 minutes,
And there you
something
go.
like that. That's why I couldn't catch up with you last week. I was on the jet.
Gotta go.
Sorry, I'm on the jet.
So COVID restrictions, kind of where are we at?
Sure. So we have domestic, and then we have international.
Yeah.
Everywhere they've loosened, right? Some of them not as great as we'd like, obviously, and some of them completely, like the UK, unvaxxed or vaccinated can get in. Don't worry about it. And much of Europe is like that now. We're still waiting for the U.S. administration to say, you don't need to test to come back in the U.S., right? All the other countries that we usually deal with are saying, if you're a citizen, just come home. You're already vaccinated, right? U.S. has not yet done that. So that's a little bit of a stumbling block for a lot of people, especially with families or weddings. They don't want to go out and then test positive asymptomatic and have to be stuck in that location. So we're being ultra careful as travel professionals to make sure we pick destinations that we know are secure, and the experience like this private jet, everybody's tested. The odds of you getting any kind of anything are slim to none, right?
So booking a vacation, I know there's a lot involved.
Sure,
Can
more
you
than ever.
Can you boil it down to what you think is the most important thing to keep in mind when booking your vacation?
Sure. I believe the most important thing is to give yourself time to know all the protocols and the activities. And we're finding that, again, using a travel professional, we're in it 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. We know all this, right? You need to know it. People are still getting turned away at the airport for not knowing the protocols because they booked online. They don't have the experience. They're not reading all the details of the 3-page email that they got, right? And then they're coming to us and saying, I got turned away. Can you help me? And at that point, it's too late. And of course, I'm always going to say, just like using a doctor or a lawyer, an accountant, or a investment, using a professional travel advisor, finding someone who is certified, and not just, as I say, travel isn't a pastime, it's a profession, right? That they're in it full time. They're going to help you, guide you through what you should be doing. Travel is an investment, right? So you want a big return on that. You don't want mistakes.
Big return. I like that part. Big return on that. Annette Nero Stellhorn, the founder, actually, of Accent on Travel. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Wonderful talking to you.